In the same manner or perspective that a man wants to become a king and or a woman wants to become a queen or wants to be treated like a queen or a man wants to be treated like a king, I would say that both of those examples don't necessarily want to become either or. And I say this due to the fact that the responsibilities that requires or makes one a king or a queen is heavily, my apologies, one in which that takes on more responsibility and accountability than otherwise if they weren't a king or a queen. And in addition to that, becoming or being a king or queen, or even someone within a royal party itself, must uphold themselves to the highest standard of behavior, of ethics, of morals, and of values. And most of the time, that's not always the most popular thing to do. Many of those people are looked at upon as if they are hated or disliked. But guess what? That's a part of being a leader. That's a part of what being a king or a queen or anyone a part of the royal party is. Now, that might not be what a royal party looks like in this day and age of 2026. But if one wants to hold themselves to the highest standards of behaviors and of living and of ideals and of thoughts and of behaving, that is what it looks like. It is becoming a person that does the right thing even when it is difficult. That's perseverance. That's courage. That's staying true to who you are as an innate being. That is not falsehood. It is not fake. It is upholding yourself to that standard 99 times out of 100. And sometimes it's holding themselves accountable 100 of 100 of those times. Due to the fact that if they slip up, if they mess up, if they trip, any mistake that they make is going to be looked at as if, oh, they are no longer upholding themselves to that standard. No. Because upholding themselves to such standard is quite literally impossible. And the fact of the matter is, there are many people out there who uphold themselves to such standards that you never hear about. Some of them you do. But I say some when the reality is it's less than a handful. And that's more or less due to the fact that they don't want you to know. Due to the fact that they are so self-conscious of themselves and very specifically pick and choose when they want to be seen and when they don't want to be seen. They pick and choose the people that they hang out with. They pick and choose the things that they do in front of people, so on and so forth. Now, that could be argued as a mental health condition. That could be. And that it also could mean that they need to work on that. But this is generally what it looks like. Being a king or a queen or any member of a royal party or of a party in which that upholds themselves to higher standards than that of most of the public, that requires doing things that will make them seem as though they are holier than thou, when the reality is they don't view themselves as that at all. In fact, their lives are not as great as most other people's, due to the fact that they are the ones that have to think the most. They are the ones that have to take into consideration the impact of what one decision could make for their group of people that they govern or that they have power over, that they have authority over, and that they protect, and that they give opportunities to, that they provide opportunities to, that allow them to feed other people's families in addition to their own. That is what being a king or a queen requires. It's not just standing out. It's standing out every time, but it's doing it in a way in which that looks effortless to most people. That's what it looks like. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. But internally, sometimes they're fighting a war that you'll never hear about. That is what a king or a queen does. And not everyone should do it or want to do it. I'm not saying that it's not unachievable, but that in doing so, you are embarking upon a mission that of which is beyond what it is you probably think it is. But just because it might be so does not mean that it's not worthy of doing it, and that you will not have the time of your life in doing so. Because there will come a time in which you will look back and you will tell yourself, it was worth it. Just like getting a college degree, just like saving up for a house, just like investing, so on and so forth. Your actions have consequences. And if you do the right things, if you do the right actions at the times in which are ideal and are good, but also do them when they aren't ideal and when it's more difficult than other times, those things, those actions, those behaviors, those thoughts, those ideas, those relationships will pay off more than you could ever know. You have to keep on the path and have the faith that those actions will have great beneficial consequences and outcomes. If not, what's the point?